Okay, I got a blacked out car. That's it. That's got to be it. Hey, Jackie, I think this is the vehicle. You might want to confirm it if you can see our picture. Audi. Yes, that's it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, the only car that's blacked out. Southbound 2 freeway. LAPD Foothill Division was in pursuit of this vehicle that's blacked out southbound 2 freeway, coming away from the 210 freeway and approaching the 134 in the Glendale area. You can see that car completely blacked out, speeds reaching over 100 miles an hour on the 118 freeway. This all started in Pacoima on Laurel Canyon near Osborne. The suspects in this vehicle, they're saying there are multiple suspects in the vehicle, I should say, and they threw out some objects on surface streets, Mercer and Laurel Canyon. Early on in this pursuit, they jumped on that westbound 118 freeway and hit speeds of over 100 miles an hour, then came back eastbound on the 118 at similar speeds. That's when the LAPD decided to pull off this pursuit. Now they've let it go, and it's tracking southbound 2 freeway, approaching the 134, and the driver still driving very reckless. Yeah, we saw him just as we got on scene here just moments ago, using that center divider lane, that breakdown lane. Now he's hard on the brakes, but he's completely blacked out and continuing to drive at a high rate of speed. This is a downhill grade here, so that's not helping matters at all, but he's approaching that 134 freeway, hard on the brakes, on and off, as he approaches that freeway. LAPD asking if we're keeping eyes on the vehicle. We hear the CHP might get involved in this pursuit with this driver driving very erratic now, southbound 2 freeway, and that's the 134 freeway that he's crossing under right now. If you get a chance to descend, that'll help the picture for sure. I don't know where the other guys are. Okay. You have eyes on them? Now? Vehicle continuing now southbound 2 freeway from the 134. He's already crossed that 134. Now the next freeway is going to be the 5. He's going to get into some heavier traffic here as he continues on the 2 Glendale freeway. Approaching Verdugo, you see him with the brights, or the brake lights on, I should say, completely blacked out, weaving in and out of lanes. A couple of cars that flashed him with their headlights because he's blacked out, not knowing that this is a failure to yield suspect. Now he's getting all the way across lanes. He's actually just moving around traffic there. We're losing him behind some trees here momentarily, but we'll clean that up in just a second. Approaching that 5 freeway. Still blacked out. Try to get over the freeway as soon as you can. Got to get rid of those trees. Might be exiting here. Let's see if he exits on San Fernando or not. Here's San Fernando. He's not getting off. So he's got options here. He can take the 5 north or south, or exit on the 2, and they'll take him onto Glendale Boulevard. And now transitioning. This is going to be the 5. And it looks like he's going to go southbound 5. I can hear the LAPD still talking about this. CHP might be getting involved. They're trying to get units into position. He's going to go into the tunnel there, and he's going to pop out the other side here. Southbound 5, committed southbound 5 from the 2 freeway. Now we're listening up to both LAPD and the California Highway Patrol. And I hear them now talking about, the California Highway Patrol talking about this vehicle being followed. This white Audi sedan was at high speeds. LAPD tried to pull him over. This guy said no way, hit the gas on the 118 freeway, reaching speeds over 100 miles an hour. And now the driver on the southbound 5 freeway made up a lot of distance in a short amount of time. In heavier traffic, we're passing the Legion Park area. Southbound 5 approaching the 110 next is the next transition road. You see the drivers going all across lanes here. But California Highway Patrol, we're hearing that they're trying to get units in position to take over this chase. LAPD, it's going to be the LAPD Black Central Division. That's who will get involved in this, going through their area right now. And I hear units trying to get into position. Weaving in and out of lanes, look at that. Southbound 5 past 110 freeway. He's on the brakes. Let's see if he's going to exit here. Maybe he's getting over the slow lane. Hey, Howie, I do hear you. Okay, excellent, excellent. Thanks for the heads up. Southbound 5 approaching the 10. We're hearing now from the California Highway Patrol that the items tossed out of the window were drugs and possibly a firearm that has been recovered. That's in the Pacoima area off of Mercer and Laurel Canyon. Southbound 5 near the 10. Southbound 5 near the 10. Okay, so we should be seeing a California Highway Patrol unit. And I'm hearing now that the California Highway Patrol helicopter will be launching out of Fullerton. So we're heading that direction right now. If he continues on the 5 southbound, that airship should be overhead in about 10 minutes. And David, just I don't know if you see the shot. He's getting ahead of us pretty far. Try to stay right over the 5. See how I'm losing him there behind the trees. If you can shift to the left side of the freeway. There you go. Or directly, stay directly over the freeway if you can't. Sounds like California Highway Patrol might have the visual on the vehicle. We'll see here if we see a unit pull in behind him. Oh, he might be going 10. It looks like he's going to go 10 westbound. Westbound 10, David. 10 freeway westbound, committed to the 10 freeway westbound. Westbound 10 from the 5 East LA interchange and heading towards the 110. Looks like he's going to be exiting here. Exiting Alameda. So now he's going to be in LAPD's, he's going to put him in LAPD Central or Noon Division. We got, oh, look at him go right around those cars there. Evasive move, wrong side of the road, right through the red light, just turned green. So now he's southbound Alameda and he's under the freeway. And we're hearing the California Highway Patrol calling it. I don't see any units yet, but look at this. He's getting on the eastbound 10 freeway, so he's going back the opposite direction, back towards the East LA interchange. Eastbound 10 freeway back towards the 5 and the East LA interchange. Hey David, there should be a CHP helicopter coming our way from Fullerton. Okay, cool. On the west and northwest end of the airport. Oh, I got him right under us. 12 o'clock. He's going into the interchange now. You're good. Just fly to the left a little bit, and you'll be good. It looks like he's going to stay committed to the 5 southbound. Let's see. He's got his headlights on now. Southbound 5. It looks like it. Yeah. Using the shoulder. The California Highway Patrol helicopter should be joining us here in a few minutes. They're trying to get units in position. I can hear them talking about it right now. Eight to 9 o'clock. Southbound 5, and he's approaching the 710 in a few miles. Let me know when you get eyes on that CHP helicopter Passing Commerce? Okay, cool. They're going to be on it here. Okay, Howie, so the CHP helicopter should be on it within about a minute or two. Okay, thanks, Howie. There they are. Cool. Is someone directing him into it? David, let me know if you need help directing him into it if they're asking you. Okay, they got him. Okay. There we go. Units behind it now. We got first California. Okay, ready. Let me know. Well, thank you for joining us on the NBCLA app and NBCLA.com. This is Gil Lavis in News Chopper 4 Bravo. Over a police pursuit going on right now. Southbound 5 freeway coming into the Commerce area. Southbound 5 approaching the 710. In fact, that's the 710 now. This was a pursuit from earlier. The LAPD Foothill Division was in pursuit of this vehicle in the Pacoima area. That's when the suspect vehicle took off on those LAPD officers, got on the 118 freeway and hit speeds of over 100 miles an hour on that 118 freeway. You can see this driver now with the first units of California Highway Patrol picking it up, using that shoulder to pass, and this is how he was driving earlier. Now there's multiple suspects in this vehicle. There's at least several people inside the vehicle right now, as the California Highway Patrol has now picked up the pursuit, southbound 5 freeway. We'll see about speeds right now. The 5 freeway is pretty heavy traffic. It is moving, but there is a lot of traffic on the 5 freeway. You see the night sunlight from the California Highway Patrol on the vehicle. That's a white vehicle, not in the fast lane there with the sunroof. It's a white Audi, and again, speeds were 118 or 100. Over 100 miles an hour on the 118 freeway westbound. They came back eastbound on the 118, made their way to the 210 freeway, came down eastbound the 210 freeway through the La Cañada area, jumped on the 2 freeway southbound, made its way to the 5 freeway, and at times, at one point, went into the downtown LA area, got off on Alameda, and without police units behind the vehicle, the driver was still driving very erratic. I'm going to ask my pilot, David, to let's pick up the pace and catch up to this pursuit now. You can see him in that slow lane right now. But once again, the California Highway Patrol is over this. We're not seeing very big, dramatic speeds right now. But we did see some evasive move just a few moments ago when he used that shoulder to pass. So the suspect driver, knowing that the airship is overhead, lighting him up with the night sunlight, the officer's telling him, hey, we're still with you, we're still tracking you. We're still after you. Now, I can tell you that some items were thrown out of the vehicle early on surface streets on Laurel Canyon and Osborne is where this pursuit started. The driver made his way into a neighborhood, throwing out some articles in that neighborhood, which may have included a handgun and some drugs. So at this point, the suspects are wanted for failure to yield and high rates of speeds, driving at a high rate of speed, and also possibly for a firearm that was thrown out of the vehicle up in the valley. So again, now southbound 5 freeway from the 710 freeway. He's approaching the 605 freeway. This driver is trying to get around traffic here using any opening he can to evade the officers that are directly behind him. It's California Highway Patrol that has taken over the pursuit now, southbound 5, coming into the Norwalk area. We've been in and out of traffic again, like I said, moderate to heavy traffic on the southbound 5 freeway this evening. The driver just trying to weave his way in and out here in the California Highway Patrol with the night sunlight on him. I'm going to come out to a wider shot, but you can see the units have pulled off on the ground or pulled back a distance. Now crossing up Paramount, southbound 5 at Paramount. As I mentioned before, LAPD foothill units that started this pursuit initially said there were multiple people on board, people being in the driver, of course, the passenger, and possibly in the rear as well. Going through Downey right now, southbound 5, the driver looking for any opportunity to get through this heavy traffic. Now he'll have the 605 freeway up ahead. He can go north or south on that freeway and might find lighter traffic on there, but the 5 reaching all the way down into Orange County, as far as I can see, is pretty heavy. Using that shoulder there to pass, picking up speeds. Oh, look at those speeds. Look at him go all the way across lanes there. Traffic lightening up a little bit here as they approach the 605. It's gonna bottleneck a little bit. And now a unit has gotten closer, a California Highway Patrol unit there, right in trail of this vehicle, evading officers. Wow, speeds now really ramping up here, but he's going to be hard on the brakes as he approaches. There's the interchange sign. That's the 5 freeway. He's going to stay committed to the 5, it looks like. If he does, he's going to enter the construction area just south of the 605. There he goes, weaving in and out. Another couple of units that are joining in the pursuit. It looks like he is now committed past the 605 freeway. So here's where the freeway narrows in all that construction. Very dangerous, going 3 lanes through here at a high rate of speed. People trying to dive out of the way. You see that pickup truck trying to get out of the way. Anybody ahead of us, David? No? Let's try to get right alongside of him then. Talking to my pilot, David Viskovich, we're going to try to get up alongside the driver window to take a closer look at this driver who's driving in excess of probably about 90 miles an hour right now. Using that extra lanes there that have been added to the freeway. It's actually the diamond lane, or the carpool lane, that they're opening up here. And look at him just take off here. I got him at 9 o'clock, 8 to 9 o'clock. Yeah, let's get right alongside this guy. I got someone out here a little higher than us. Wow, look at the speeds here, just passing everyone like they're standing still, using that newly opened carpool lane. Although I'm not sure if that's actually officially open yet. But he's using that space anyways to get through this traffic. He's got the 91 freeway up ahead, and then we have Disneyland to contend with if he continues southbound past the 91. And David, if he does that, we're going to have to go over the TFR. We're giving it all we have up here in News Chopper 4 Bravo. Try to catch up to this guy, but he's really on the gas. High rates of speed, and the California Highway Patrol with their night sunlight keeping up with this guy. Whoa, he just missed that sign. Very dark down there on the freeway. Even though the night sunlight is lighting it up, there are some signs out there that have not been picked up because officially this lane has not been open yet on the 5 freeway. But this guy's using it to evade officers and get around this traffic. But look at the speeds. He's got to be 100 miles an hour right now. Whoa, hard on the brakes. Let's see what happens. Oh, man. Hard to control. Those cars come up on him fast all the way across lanes. Could be getting off. Let's see if he decides to do that. But, wow, hitting the brakes hard. He had no more shoulder there. He's going to take out a couple cones. Yeah, and there we go. Back to 3 lanes. So now he's got to cool it. Southbound 5. South of Alondra. Here he goes passing Down to 3 lanes. Slide left a little bit. We're good, but just slide left a little bit if you can. I got the other guys here. We got room between us. Weaving in and out of traffic. Using the shoulder now to pass. Very dangerous as we approaches the 91 freeway. He's got that K-rail there on the side that just narrowed down his shoulder. Again, if you're just joining us on the NBCLA app and NBCLA.com, this is Gil Levis in News Chopper 4 Bravo. We are following this high-speed chase coming out of LA County, coming out of the San Fernando Valley, actually. Southbound 5 freeway approaching the 91. This vehicle wanted for speed. Also had tossed out possibly a weapon up in the Pacoima area, weapon and some drugs that were picked up by the LAPD Foothill Division as they started that pursuit on Laurel Canyon Boulevard near Osborne. The driver driving at a high rate of speed like you're seeing here, over 100 miles an hour on the westbound 118 freeway. Then he came back the opposite direction on the 118 eastbound, made his way to the 210 freeway east, to the 2 freeway south, back to the 5 southbound, got off the freeway in the downtown LA area for a moment and then jumped back on the freeway. Now he's southbound 5 coming up to the 91, and it looks like he's going to stay committed to the 91, committed to the 5 freeway as we approach that interchange. That's that white Audi in the center of your screen, driving very erratic, high rates of speeds here. Looks like he's back down to about 90 miles an hour, but was using the construction area between the 605 and the 91 to pass cars, narrowly missing a sign that was not picked up yet because those lanes are not open. There's the 91, here's the 5 freeway southbound, and he's committed southbound 5 from the 91. Now we are entering Anaheim. All the way across lanes into the HOV lane. Again, LAPD initially saying that there were multiple people in this vehicle. And this suspect has really left the area where this initial pursuit picked up. Oh, he's going to split those cars. Look at that. Oh, wow, right between those cars. He really had no choice but to do that. Had nowhere to go and just split those cars. Luckily, they were far away from each other, but splitting that lane. Back into the carpool. No restriction? Cool. Let's try to catch him as much as possible. Oh, look at that. He's getting into, I don't know if the engine's blowing there or if he got into some dirt, but I think the engine's going. He's just high rates of speed. He's smoking quite a bit. That could be trouble for this driver. Maybe a tire blew, but it looks like almost like the car is, the engine maybe is coming apart. He's been hitting the gas so hard on this vehicle for the last 40 minutes. The vehicle might be giving up here. He might be exiting here, David. Let's keep an eye on him. He might be exiting here. But the next exit, I believe, is going to be Euclid Street or Lincoln. California Highway Patrol right behind him. The car is still smoking. Very close to Disneyland, actually. This is going to end up near Disney Way. Car still smoking. There's Disneyland Drive, and he's exiting, so he's going right into Disneyland here. Let's see what happens as the California Highway Patrol is right behind him. 3 units at least that we're seeing here. The car smoking heavily. I won't be surprised if this car catches fire. Whoa, he goes right by that guy. And he's going to have a sharp turn here. He's going to come out to Ball Road. As he makes this turn, he's going to come out to, I believe it's going to be Ball Road. Or he can go straight into Disneyland. Look at that front, the front, we're seeing a lot of smoke coming from that front end. It might be the engine that's just given out, or Well, we're not sure. We'll see if that car catches fire. He's going to go right turn, David. Let's keep an eye on this guy. He's going to go right into this gas station here. Maybe, nope. Oh, passengers bailing out, doors opening. Keep your eye on it, David. Oh, man, look at that. Car comes to a stop, and that's a passenger right there. We're going to look for the driver. CHP. It's going to be my side, David. The driver with his hands out, keep going the way you're going. 3 officers from California Highway Patrol chasing down the passenger, but we're going to come around, stick with the driver. I saw his hands out of the car. Keep it coming around. A little bit more. There's a tree. That's it. The driver with his hands up. And a rear passenger on the passenger side, the rear door. That person is got their hands up, but the driver there, let's hold here. Let's hold here, David. Let's hold here, David. One passenger that jumped out and ran, those California Highway Patrol officers took chase after the guy, and the driver wisely holding his position there in the seat, as well as that rear passenger on the right-hand side of the car. Okay, David, watch your shot because we're really steep. Disneyland Drive is where the vehicle exited. It started smoking really bad from the front. Let's hold right here, David. You can see a lot of smoke still coming out of the vehicle. And I'll widen out. There's the traffic stop on Ball Road. You see the California Highway Patrols with the officers with their guns drawn, waiting to hear if the passenger was taken into custody. It sounds like they may have got that guy out. Here comes the driver now. He is complying. Hands up, walking backwards. They're going to take him into custody momentarily. And of course, check the car for other people. They got that passenger there with his hands out the right side of the car in the back, but the driver complying with the officer's orders here will be in custody momentarily.